Hello, Sawubona to you, you and you. My name is Lethu Kheswa. I'm invading Yolanda's space today.
Unchan, what are you doing, Masiro?
I'm invading you.
Like, for what?
Because I want to. And I can.
Oh, so Shale, Lethu Unchan. I'm very good, thank you. I am very passionate about empowering young people and also being real. And I like to mix the two on my channel. So, welcome to y'all's channel. Now, we're going to be talking about how to remain positive, even if there's so much negativity going on around you. Look, I don't say this very often, so don't start crying. It's okay. It's okay. But you're one of those people who's risen up against a whole lot of circumstance, and people don't usually portray their journeys, but I'm very happy to say that the journey that you've taken in your life is inspiring and it's motivating, and hence my asking you to come and motivate my viewers on my channel. You know, in terms of how you remain on that positive note regardless of any negative stuff that can maybe happening in your life. And also, you are one of the people who don't give in to social pressures. Now, I know you look at Instagram, you look at Facebook, you look at Twitter, and people's lifestyle makes you envious. It makes you crave for more than what you have, and sometimes you just want to jump to that, forgetting the fact that it took hard work in their lives. So let me not talk too much. Let's get into me asking you questions.
And me answering questions.
So that you can help somebody else at home who might be feeling down, rejected, or might just be feeling the pressure that society is putting on them as a young South African or a young whatever, wherever in the world you are. Stay tuned. In a world that's tainted with so much negativity and social pressures, how does one actually even remain positive, you know? And referring to the quote that I would like you to share with everyone else that you once motivated me with, how does one keep on keeping on?
Find a why you're doing what you do that's bigger than this. I mean, any how. You know, any resistance that you might get in reaching your why. I mean, it has to be big enough, basically. So you need to find a cause, a purpose, a reason. You need to find something that's going to keep you going, and it can't be something that's small and easy to get to or easy to achieve, because I mean, it's not going to be it. You need to find something that's big, a huge target, a dream that you want to get to one day, and that needs to be a focal point. It has to be strong enough to keep you motivated.
I like that, especially because sometimes we even look at our dreams as small, but I think the moment somebody even laughs at the things that you dream about, that's what you need to hold on to and continue. That's exactly what wakes me up every morning. You know, I used to dream, for instance, as I told you, one of my biggest goals was to buy my family a home, you know, not to be a property owner first. Yes, I'm getting there. And yes, automatically when you are a homeowner, you're there. But it wasn't about that. The goal was to get us out of renting, for one. And the struggle was real, you know. Not many people see that, not many people go through that, but other people's struggles are as real as mine may be. But it's just about having that reason to wake up every morning and keep that goal in mind. Focus on it regardless of whatever social pressures you're going through, regardless of whatever negativity may be happening around you. Staying positive and driven because of that goal and because of that stamina inside of you that tells you, no matter what anyone says, I'm going to get there. I'm going to reach the top, you know. I
mean, there's always a reason to give up.
Yes.
This road that we're on to whatever your destination is, you know, home ownership, that degree, or buying a car, or whatever, you name it, there's always going to be resistance. You know, there's no path to anything good that is just a free fall. You know, you're going to get setbacks, but you know, that's where it's important to find your center, and your center needs to have a concrete reason for why you want to get what you want to get.
I like
you know?
that. Yeah.
So you will have to ready and condition your mind for setbacks, for delays, for, you know, things that are just going to work against you. So
because that's life.
That's just the basic crux of it. There's no running away from it.
But you see, where the social pressure comes in is we don't see that in a lot of the people that we look up to. A lot of the people that we do look up to, we see their destination, we see that they've arrived, and in our minds, that's the goal. All of a sudden, it must happen overnight, yet Lumundu didn't get there overnight. they had pit stops, they had speed bumps, and that's the whole point of a journey, you know. There are troubles along the way, there's also adventure along the way, there's experience that you gain, there's a sandpapering moment, you know, or even moments, days, years, whatever it is. But the beauty of the journey is that it's more worth going through than the actual destination.
Absolutely. And I think the onus in this situation, it really lies on the guys that have achieved something, that they've worked their way through the sandpaper moments, through the difficulties and all that, and they have an achievement in hand for the world to see.
Yes.
So now, while people are taking pictures of that achievement, I think it boils down to that one guy or woman to say, look, don't pay too much attention on this achievement that I've received. Pay attention rather to the steps.
Yes, the road that
I've walked to
Yeah.
getting to where I am now.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the reality of what I have now. You'll see this achievement exactly for what it is.
Yes, and the
so
value.
That, and the value.
Yeah.
So that for anyone who's looking at it
That's
and
very true.
wishing to have it and aspiring to have it, it's gonna read in their minds as loud as it is reading of my achievement or that person's achievement, that they had to go through A, B, C, and D,
Yes.
and it took them this many years. This is how they had to apply themselves. This is how many times they failed.
Yes.
It's important for people that make it to label and talk about their failures.
Yeah.
Because there's a misconception in this generation that you just wake up in the morning, you go out there, if you don't get it right the first time, the second time, the third time, go home, it's not working for you.
Yeah.
They need to highlight their failures
Yeah.
more than their victories.
Because that's going to motivate more people
Absolutely.
to strive for those dreams that may seem absurd, fictitious, and too big, where you feel that it's not good enough for you to reach, or you give up too quickly when you're almost there, So I will repeat that saying, find a why that's big enough to carry your how. And that's the beauty of that purpose. You don't care how you really get there. In fact, it's that purpose that's going to figure everything else out. Things will work out either way. And the reality, as you were saying, is that there are real struggles out there. We don't see it on Instagram, we don't see it on Facebook, we will never see it on Twitter. Social media will not put that out there. But what's real is the fact that yes, somebody has gotten there, but more than that, there's depth under that. That's just the top of the surface that you're seeing. So yeah, be encouraged, guys. This guy doesn't give in to social pressure of any kind. It takes a lot though.
It does.
I mean, I can't imagine how difficult it is for you to say no, living in Joburg, and to live a lifestyle that you want, convince yourself that you want that, while your friends are living that lifestyle. How do you not give in to social pressure?
I think, one has to come to a mental decision. You can't, it's fair enough we're talking about it in front of a camera and hopefully someone's watching and will be able to learn from it.
Yeah.
But you can't teach maturity.
Oh, very
you
true.
you can't teach or instruct a mental choice or decision. It has to come from that person. So it has to come from that person's weighing of what's around them, what's happening around them, and in relation to what you want to achieve, who you want to be, where you want to get. Do the things around you help you get there? And if they do, let me solidify the ties, and if they don't, let me lose them. Now, normally, more often than not, the things that don't get you to where you want to go,
you do.
Those are the things that are the most lovely. They're the nicest things
they
to
give you pleasure.
They give you pleasure.
Yeah.
We like to pleasure ourselves.
We like unani.
We all do. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But most of the time, those are the things that don't get you to where you want to get to. So one needs to get to a point where they say, what's around me isn't working in my favor. So because this is where I want to get to and this is not helping me, therefore I'm going to sacrifice this for the greater good. you know, when your why is that strong, it's not entirely easy, but it puts you in a better position to be able to make such decisions because you know where you want to get to. You may fall out of favor with some people in your circle.
Social circles these days dictate.
Yeah, because then you're boring, because then you're stuck up and all those other words, you know. But, you know, give it a couple of years. We're going to see what me being boring and me being stuck up has given me, and what what your lifestyle, your being fun and you know, social and all that has given you, you know. So I mean, if it's your job to do that, fine, but it's not my job to be social and to be fun. I've got a target and I'm working towards it, and if this social event doesn't fit in, I'm gonna lose it.
When I was 18, I was so naive, I was confused. I could have been a little, maybe there was a mix of crazy in there. You know, there still is that craziness.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. But it's what makes me me. More than that, I was also very insecure. And I wish I knew the things that I know now when I was 18, so that it would have prepared a much better. What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
If I'd go back and have a chat with my 18-year-old self, you know, in the words of Dalai Lama, when you speak, you say things that you already know.
Yeah.
But when you listen, you stand a chance to learn something different.
Wow.
Just from listening to that one person's failures or wisdom coming from that failure, they may not have amounted to much.
Yeah.
I can save myself a year of being confused.
Yes, that's very
Of
true.
not knowing, of walking around in circles. You know, that's a year of my life gone. Had I listened, I would have channeled that idea into my life and sort of leveraged off of that person's failure and, you know, save myself time and effort in getting to where I want to get to. So the best piece of advice I'd give to Lethu is listen.
I like that. Lethu lalela.
Ulalele ulethu.
Ulalele ulethu. And I hope that you guys are also listening to this advice. Please do comment at the comment box. I would like to hear what you have to say and what motivates you, what drives you, what keeps you going, because that on its own is going to inspire somebody else who's reading that. And again, that cycle is going to continue and continue. That ripple effect, we're going to impact other people's lives, and we're going to make somebody not be able to give in to social pressures, and also to stay positive regardless of whatever negative may be happening in their lives. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course do subscribe if you can. From me, Yolanda, and Lethu, Bye.